In this video, let's see another IIT JEE question which was asked in the year 2013, and this question is based on the topic of inverse trigonometric functions. We already know that the topic inverse trigonometric function involves the usage of many formulas, and we basically should be knowing how to apply those formulas and which formula to apply in order to suit our interest. Let's see what the question has to say and let's get started. The question is basically a summation question. An expression is given, you need to find out the value. The question has cot, it has cot inverse, it has 1 plus sigma 2k, and there are various limits, say k is equal to 1 to n in the first case inside, and outside we have n is equal to 1 to 23. There are 4 options to this question. The first is 23 upon 25, second is 25 upon 23, next is 23 upon 24, and the fourth, last but not the least option is 24 upon 23. Let's get started by this question solution. I put the heading as solution. Now, I have cot outside, cot inverse inside, and the summation also there. So, I basically have to open the bracket and use the knowledge of the summation symbol. So, the question becomes what? It becomes cot, and then it is nothing but as something in tan inverse case. That means if it is summation n is equal to 1 to 23, cot inverse, wherein I have 1 plus summation k is equal to 1 to n to k. I simplify this question by putting different values of k. When k is equal to 1, I mean 2 into 1 is 2. When k is equal to 2, it is 2 into 2, 4, and so on. So, the question changes to cot, then we have a bracket or a big bracket, n is equal to 1 to 23, cot inverse. Now, we will be applying summation. Let's see it carefully. 1 plus does not change, it will remain 1 plus only. When k is equal to 1, 2 into 1 is 2. When k is equal to 2, 2 into 2 is 4, and so on up till when? Up till the last is when it is equal to n. So, when it is equal to n, 2 into n is 2n. Closing the bracket. Now, observe this bracket, small bracket. A series is there, addition series, 1 plus 2 plus 4 and so on till 2n. Can we have something common out of this series? Yes. What is it? Let's see. We have cot, then a big bracket, then summation, n is equal to 1 to 23, cot inverse. Now, 1 is as it is, okay. Out of 2, 4, 6, 8 till 2n, I can have 2 as common. Inside what we are left with? 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8, and so on. So, it is 1 plus 2 plus 3 till n. Now, don't we find this series 1 plus 2 and so on till n as something in AP, that is arithmetic progression? We also know that sum of n natural numbers is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2. So, we can use both these things, and the question again changes to cot summation n is equal to 1 to 23, cot inverse 1 plus 2 outside, and what is the sum of series 1 plus 2 plus 3 till n? It is n into n plus 1 by 2. Some things get cancelled, yes they do, 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So, it is basically what? It is cot summation n is equal to 1 to 23, which I will be making it more clear, cot inverse minus 1, let us make it a little more big, and here we have 1 plus n into n plus 1. Now, 1 plus n into n plus 1 is already given, but everything is going in what? It is going in cot inverse. We are basically concerned with having the things in tan. Why? Because tan formula is more easy to solve and tan is more familiar to we people as compared to cot. So these things need to be changed. If this becomes my cot from tan or tan from cot, that means everything in the numerator will come out in the denominator. So I can have things as changed as what? Let's see in the second column of this question. Now, even I can remove this summation too. Why I can remove this summation? Because ultimately we are going to apply the values. So we'll be removing it here or later, it is up to us. Let's solve this question further in the second part. Right. Now I have this as cot inverse. Cot does not change, outside it is cot only. So it is cot. Inside it becomes tan inverse. If it becomes tan inverse, whatever is in the numerator will come in the denominator. So it is tan inverse this time. Numerator was this, and what was the denominator? Denominator was 1. Now things are going to change. What is the numerator? Now numerator is 1. What is the denominator? It is 1 plus n into n plus 1. This has changed. What can the numerator be manipulated or transformed to? 1 can also be written as something called as n plus 1 minus n. If I write 1 as n plus 1 minus n, what will happen? N and minus n get cancelled, nothing is changing. Okay, why are we doing this? We are doing this in order to have a formula. Formula of what? Formula of tan inverse x minus tan inverse y, wherein my x is going to be n plus 1 and my y is going to be n, because tan inverse x minus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x minus y upon 1 plus x into y. Let's write the formula and then we'll understand it again. I have the formula of what? I have the formula of tan inverse x minus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x minus y upon 1 plus xy. We'll be using this formula. So we have the right hand side of the formula, we'll be getting the left hand side, cot outside, tan inverse inside, it is n plus 1 minus n. So it is tan inverse x minus tan inverse y, so it is tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. You're getting this? What we are doing is, we have the right hand side of the formula, we are getting the left hand side. What do we are supposed to do? We have the summation as n is equal to 1 to 23, you see here. Let's not forget the summation, n is equal to 1 to 23. Here also the summation, n is equal to 1 to 23. Put the values of n. N is 1, so we have this. Now let's see what do we have to do. We basically have n is equal to 1 to 23, we'll be putting the values one by one. Cot is outside, don't worry about it. Tan is inside. When 1 plus 1 makes 2. When you put 2, 2 plus 1 makes 3 and so on. Tan inverse 1 plus 1 is 2 minus tan inverse 1. So we are basically putting the values of n from 1, 2, 3 till 23. So when n is equal to 1, it is 1 plus 1, that is 2, and here it is 1 only. Similarly, when n is the next value, that means when n is equal to 2, it is 2 plus 1, 3, and here it is 2 only. So let's write it. Tan inverse 3 plus tan inverse 2. Is it plus or minus? Let's check. Between is minus. So this plus will basically become minus. So we'll have to change this. What I want you people to show and note is that you don't have to put all the values. You just have to do it by approximation and by logic. That when n is equal to 1, you have two values, 2 and 1. When n is equal to 2, you have two values, 3 and 2. Similarly, when this goes on to what case? When n is equal to 23, what will happen? You will have two values, one is 24 and the other is 23. So it is tan inverse 24 minus tan inverse 23. And let's lighten brackets because otherwise you'll get confused. So the first case, the second case, and so on cases, and the last case. Now what happens is, we have already seen that this is a summation series, and when this is a summation series, you have one thing that tan inverse 2 gets cancelled by minus tan inverse 2. tan inverse minus 1 will stay as it is because there is no term preceding which cuts it. Tan inverse 3 will get cancelled by the minus tan inverse 3 later on. And similarly, minus tan inverse 23 will also be cut by some previous term. But what terms will not be cancelled? These are the terms. Tan inverse 24 will not get cancelled and tan inverse 1 will not get cancelled, which is minus. So basically these terms are not getting cancelled. Again you can have the formula tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. You know the formula of tan inverse x minus tan inverse y? What is the formula? It is basically tan inverse x minus y upon 1 plus xy. So it is caught outside, tan inverse x minus y, that is 24 minus 1, which is 23, upon 1 plus x into y. What is x into y? 24 into 1, which is 24. So it is caught tan inverse 23 upon 25. But do we limit the question here only? Is the answer 23 upon 25? No. Why? Because outside it is cot, inside it is tan inverse. So basically you have to have everything in cot inverse so that cot inverse and cot cancel each other. So it is cot inverse 25 upon 23. We already know this from the knowledge of inverse trigonometric, that if you have to change tan inverse to cot inverse, you have to reciprocal the numerator and the denominator. Now cot and cot inverse nullify each other. So what is my answer? My answer is only 25 upon 23. So this is the answer because cot and cot inverse nullify. So which option is 25 upon 23? Let's see it. So 25 upon 23 is basically option number B. Let's repeat what we did in this question. This question was basically a summation question. We expanded, used the formula of sum of n terms, and then when we have cot and cot inverse, I thought that why to work with cot inverse? When we know the formulas of tan, we converted the question to tan inverse, use this formula tan inverse x minus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x minus y upon 1 plus xy, expanded the summation again, subtracted, cancelled few terms which got cancelled. At the end we were with this factor, cot tan inverse 23 upon 25, but cot and tan inverse don't nullify each other, so we converted this question to cot inverse only and then nullified to 25 upon 23, which is option number B as the answer to this previous year IIT JEE question.